Welcome back to White Creek Cattle. My name is Trey, and I know it has been quite some time since we filmed a video. Actually, it's been a little bit over a year, so I apologize for that, but I wanted to give you some updates on what we've been up to. It's been a busy year around the farm. Got a little down after the hurricane. There was so much damage, it seemed overwhelming. So I took a little time off from making videos and got to work. So I want to give you a little tour around what we've been working on. First off, this is our new charity workshop. We're going to be doing things like building blessing boxes and storing event equipment in here. So I'm going to give you a little show around. So we ran a sub panel and have power and lights. Put the fridge in here. Got air conditioning, so it feels really nice in here. And then on this side over here, we have storage, table, and chairs. I'm gonna get this cleaned up. We literally just got the power on last week, so a lot of little things to button up in here. But that'll be job number one. So let's go and check the next thing out. So back in the fall, I poured this concrete pad here, me and my dad, and with the anticipation of getting this grain bin from a farm that no longer uses it down the street. So we got somebody with a boom truck come out here, put it in place a few weeks ago, and then we ran power and water down here. We're going to be putting an auger in, and we've been for the last 8-10 years driving a truck with a trailer to go get 3 tons of feed at a time. Now we're going to be able to get deliveries from 18-wheelers and then drag our feed troughs right here. We'll have an electronic chute that dumps into the feed troughs, and then we're off to business. So this is going to save a lot of time. It's been a project my dad's been really active for a little bit, so we're getting to the home stretch on this little bit. So let's go check out the next thing. So since we're running water down here already, we've always wanted to have a little vineyard and an orchard. So here is our 5 trellis little vineyard we've set up. We got just planted some muscadines here in this first one, muscadines and muscadines. Really want to make some muscadine wine sometime in the next couple years. And then we have blueberries and blackberries over on this last one. We just got through planting all those this morning. We got drip irrigation set up for that, so we won't have to be out here with water hoses trying to manage things. And then we ran water over here to this new fence we put in that's going to separate the bull paddock from this little orchard area. And then leaning up on that tree over there are apple trees and pomegranates that we're going to be planting out here where these flags are. We already dug the holes. So after they finish moving this big boulder up here to the front, we are going to get these trees into the ground and start putting some water on that. So maybe this time next year, we'll have some fruit. Let's go check out the next thing. You can see the big tractor over here. I've been dragging this field behind us. That is where we keep the bulls when they're not in breeding season. And we needed new grass. It got taken over by this really short grass. I don't even know what the name of it was, but we couldn't kill it. So we tilled it all up, killed it off. We plowed it a couple times, and I've been dragging this old grate across it for about 3 or 4 hours this morning to get it flat. We're going to put seed on it tomorrow. Roll over it again one more time, and then pray for some rain. It's been awfully dry around here, but it's been a pretty good last couple weeks as far as rain goes. And then this afternoon, we're going to be pouring concrete. The original well here poured haphazardly on this little slab, and it wasn't even square with the rest of the buildings out here. So we reformed it up. We're going to pour concrete today. So as soon as we get the concrete poured, sometime next week, I'll start framing this up. We're going to build a well house that you can stand up in. That's going to have a little bit of heat in there, so we won't have to worry about it freezing in the wintertime. But we're also going to have a manifold set up here on the front and a faux window that you'll be able to cut on the water for the sprinklers down in the front, cut on all the cattle troughs that provide water for the horses and the cows. And then we're also going to have a shutoff valve for the camp out that we have down set up in the field over here where friends and family come and camp out. And then we have another section of irrigation that's going to go down here to the house site. So looking forward to getting this project a little further down the line. So it's been a pretty busy day. We're going to keep it rolling. But I got a few more things to show you we've been working on since the last video we did a year ago. So just to let you know what we do around here, we are a cattle farm. We sell beef to consumers and to people who are looking to better their stock. These are Braford cows from Adams Ranch. Well, all these cows at this point were born here, but their lineage comes from Adams in Florida. So since we were already running water out here to the entrance of the farm, we ran a little leg over here to what we call the cemetery plot. This is where my brother is laid to rest. We have a little plaque, and we're going to put a bench in here. It's full of wildflowers. But we were running a sprinkler with several hoses hooked together, trying to get water down here. So now we have underground water that we can use for putting a sprinkler out here to keep these wildflowers growing throughout the year. So I'll show you what it looks like. So we have this spot set up kind of as a tranquil spot. You can come out here and read a book. And we're up here on the top of the hill looking over the pond, which is a little dry because we're not getting as much rain as we hoped. But eventually it'll be a very pretty view to sit out here, read a book, sit with your thoughts. So now we have water down here to keep the flowers growing. Let's go check something else out. So I don't know if any of you have horses, but these have gotten quite accustomed to anytime you ride by, you got to give them some snacks. If you want to make friends with some horses, it helps to keep a pocket full of carrots. All right, let's head on down in the woods. Of course, the hurricane really destroyed all the woods around here. Probably have 50, 60 acres that are nothing but trees on trees. So finally got somebody out here with a track hoe to start cleaning up. This is about 4.5 acres here that we're cleaning up. The creek is behind us. We're not going to go all the way down to the creek. We want a little buffer for the stream. But we also, while he's out here with the track hoe, are going to get some of our bridges put back in place. The rising water lifted all the bridges up, so we can't get across the creek with any four-wheelers or anything like that. We have to go through it. I don't really want to take a tractor down through the creek, so until he gets a path cleared down to the creek to push the bridge back across, which we'll go check out here in a second. Kind of in a holding pattern doing any kind of work across the creek. So let's go check out that bridge. We're going to get the track hoe down here, push this back across so that I can go over there with a chainsaw and start clearing out trail so we can at least take an account and put eyeballs on the damage we have back there. I have walked back there a few times, quite a bit of damage, but some of the old hardwoods I think have made it through. So got plenty of cleaning up to do over the next 3 years, but you know, one day we'll be back to it. Everybody knows that ranching and farming is hard, especially when nature doesn't cooperate. So it's just something you have to deal with. So hopefully in the next month or two, we'll have a way to get back across the creek and continuing to clean up the woods and the damage done by the hurricanes. One final project. Let's go check that out. So as you can see, we're still cleaning up pecan stumps. We lost about 15 pecan trees around here, so finally getting them dug up. We're going to burn them sometime later this summer. But for now, time to do a little service on the John Deere here. She was running a little hot. I believe the radiator got clogged up. So spent a little time cleaning this thing out here while it's pulled up under the shade. But the biggest project we're going to be working on is turning this pole barn into an event center. So we have several events where we fundraise, we give out a scholarship. Actually, I'm about to have to leave right now, clean myself up, and go to an award ceremony. We're giving away a college scholarship tonight. So we're going to have events out here. We sometimes have dinner for 50, 60 people, and we have events like pheasant hunts out here. So we need a space in case it's raining to have people in here to eat. So we've drawn up plans to turn this place into an event center. It'll have a kitchen here, 2 bathrooms, 2 little rooms off to the side, and then a front porch and a back porch we can do cooking. And then over here to the side, we're going to be building a smokehouse. And the smokehouse is going to be over the old well. Oh, it's dirty. Smokehouse is going to be over the old well, and I'll show you it in just a second. So this is the old well for the house that we tore down. It's still in pretty good condition, but we can't use it as a well anymore. So in between these 2 posts, we're going to build a smoke shack that's centered around a glass top table that looks down into the well. Put some lights in there, make it look really cool. So that's another little project we got going. The main thing is to get this old equipment shed built out for an event center. Hopefully we'll have it ready this coming up fall so we can host some events. But now it's time to get back to work. We're about to pour some concrete over here in this well house, get it ready for framing, so I can check one more thing off our to-do list. So well, we got the concrete poured. We'll be ready to frame that well house up here next week. I wanted to thank y'all for taking this tour. I know it's been a while since we made a video, about a year, but like I said, things have been busy around here between work in the big city and it being too cold to work, and then also just depressing the total amount of work we got to get done around here. It's led to us not making videos as often as we should. But now that we're well underway on some of these projects, we got a little bit of free time and the weather's nice, time to start making videos again. So from here on out, look forward to videos a little more on the regular, and we'll keep you up to date on the projects we have going on out here, when we have fundraisers coming up, when we have pheasant hunts, and eventually we'll start our annual 5K once the trails in the woods are back up and running. So looking forward to that. You know, it may take us a year to get there, but we're working a little bit as it goes. And thanks for joining us here at White Creek. We look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great day.